Well, hello there, hello there, hello there. My name is HW.
Hey, I'm the Sooze.
And Sooze, today you have graced us with tones from above. It is Sooze's top 5 favorite Kemper Profiles. We did HWs, now we're doing the Soozes.
You couldn't do one without me doing one, so...
No, of course.
This is fun.
I'm really excited about this. So this is going to be a free download on the Tips and Tricks page on the Tone Junkie website, and all of these profiles are available, whatever, in packs and stuff. But this is free, so if you can just download these. So let's go through them. Number one, is this your number one favorite profile of all time?
Yeah, I had to start here with slot 1 because some people might know that's my template for everything I create comes from the Arshall Sooze.
So this is from Stooge's Arshall pack. It's the Stooge Arshall 1.4. Sooze, play it for us, and then we'll switch up the effects. This is your favorite profile. Holy cow! I mean, that's pretty good.
I dig it so much.
It's pretty rocking.
Yeah, it's rocking. So I will say, this is the 1.4 profile, and I use the 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4 all the time. So those three kind of go, but I had to go rock for this video.
Totally.
Yeah, I dig it, man. And I never thought of myself as an art or a Marshall guy, like always a Vox or a Fender.
This is true.
But when I started playing this, it was like this middle ground of like girth and like crunch, but also like not... I don't know, there's a sweetness to it still, which is really cool. Yeah.
It sounds really good. Let's hear it, I'm just going to turn some of these effects down a little bit, and you, give me... geez, what do you got going on in here?
It's all worshipped out right now.
Yeah,
all
it's
the
totally
delay and
worshipped
reverb.
out. Yeah, 70% on the delay. Why not?
Treat yourself, too.
We'll play a little drier so people can hear it, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but the verb sounds great. Try that. That sounds really good. Want to know something fun?
Yeah.
We're gonna Stu and I are gonna redo this and his Vox because he got them both serviced, and he swears they sound better now.
Oh
so
my
we'll
gosh.
see what happens.
An Arshall 2.0.
He took it to a guy that went through everything. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the guy went through and was like, "This is leaking a little. We can do this. Let me tune it right." And Stu says they sound maybe better than they ever have, even better than he felt they sounded with the increased voltage in the UK. Okay, moving on. That's a great one. That sounds like a loud amp, just a loud amp.
Mm-hmm.
Here is this is a free one actually.
From the free pack.
Free. Mm-hmm. This is from the 65 England pack. And that entire pack is free. This is EF86 43. 65 England EF86 43. Sounds like this. It's hard to argue with that. I hear more high mids. Mm-hmm. It's definitely more voxy.
Yeah.
So you get more high mids and a kind of what they call chime. To me, I hear more 2500, maybe more 16 high mids, less fullness in the lower mids. You know?
Yeah, I called these, so the first one was Marshall, but now these next two are the Clean Vox and Dirty Vox.
Yeah.
So the Clean Vox, I had so many choices, like the Ace 30, the Divide, which is in here later.
Some people say I only make Clean Vox profiles.
Exactly, yeah. So, but when where I discovered I really loved this when I made the top 100 CCLI songs, I use this one all the time.
The Worship Performance.
The Worship Performance, yeah. I use this one all the time just because I would pull it up and it would just sound like the stems of the guitars that I was hearing.
Right.
It's that kind of thing. Yeah. What you said about not a lot of low ends or like grunt on the bottom, that's kind of what I hear on recordings, is they kind of lop that off. So this one has that in there.
It's hard when you nail the sound of a genre. It's like making a really great steak. You could go to 10 steakhouses, and at the end of the day, you're going to go, look, none of these made a bad steak.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, if someone said, where do I get a great steak? You could say any of the 10 great steak places in your city or whatever.
Yeah.
None of them make it. They're all different. None of them make it. You might have a favorite. Maybe it comes down to which breadstick do you like the most?
Right. Yeah.
You know, maybe the cuts are a little different. But it's hard to poo-poo on any of them.
Right.
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
So why spend any money? You can just get the free pack, and then you don't need half of what Tone Junkie's ever created.
Right. And it's seriously good. I mean, and this is the
it's a good one. It really is.
EF86. You know, but there's also the normal side of it and everything.
Yeah.
And yeah. I just think, what cab was this done with? Do you remember that? Maybe it would say. I don't know.
It's wait, sorry, I don't know how to use Kemper. Cabinet tags. We did this in the old studio, and is this how you scroll on here? I've never done this. Scumbacks. This is the Scumbag 75, the old school. Still one of my favorite cabs, but not a cab I use a ton all the time. But it's just sitting over there.
But in a lot of the earlier Tone Junkie stuff, this was kind of
I'd say like 70% of the profiles that we made in the first year and a half were this cab.
Okay.
Basically, if it wasn't a Vox that required blues, or it wasn't a combo that had a pretty specific thing, you know, I try to use a speaker that it comes with, but I was at the time like this, you know, maybe in the 65 cabs they're putting G12H30s. And at the time, I didn't like those speakers. I still don't really love new ones, to be honest. So whenever I get like a Matchless or a 65 or a Bad Cat, I won't use the internal speaker just because it's new and it's not broken in.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'll use either my Matchless cab, which has a really nice H30, or I'll use my vintage ones in the orange 412.
Okay.
But that's a closed back. But this is one, I would say these are most like the creamback. The Scumbag 75 is a lot like a Celestian Creamback, but I think they sound more worn in out of the box, and mine is very worn in because we've used it on a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a great sounding cab.
Yeah.
For sure.
And that's the London, 65 London?
Yeah, 65
head.
London, yeah.
Awesome.
Dirty Vox.
So now we're going up in some gain with the Vox. So
this is a great pack that nobody talks about too.
For sure.
This is one of the top 10% Tone Junkie packs.
And this is all over the Worship 100 as well. This is the Divide RS31 with the Blues X. And the T32, that was like on the click channel, right? There were like
so that's the tone click. There's a 6-position tone wheel.
Okay.
And so for this pack, I did every single one, which is a little exhaustive. Now I would probably skip and just do 1, 3, and 5, right? You get all the flavor pretty much. But this is right in the middle.
Okay.
So decent bass cut. I'm guessing should be clean-ish, relatively mid-rangey. The X is going to cut the bass. Hopefully I'm right, because I'm saying this. I haven't really listened.
It's a little dirty, but like, let me play a little bit.
That sounds like blues. It sounds like that upper blue thing. You're right. It is dirty. I must not have done very clean. Usually 2 profiles from Tone Junkie are cleaner, but I can see the gain is almost up where I would normally put a 3 profile.
And this pack, for whatever reasons, you know, I feel like a lot of them get gainy. Maybe it's just kind of like an angry amp or something. But when I wanted that kind of like crunchy, loud Vox, I always kind of would stop on these ones and be like, oh, this sounds so good. So I like Divided by 13 stuff a lot. So.
Yeah. So someone can go check this. I'm about 75% certain that the tone channel, the tone click wheel channel, is also an EF86 too.
Oh, interesting.
Which that would also be why there's more gain on 2. EF86s have more gain usually than a 12AX7 at the same position on the dial. So maybe I just couldn't clean it up very much. Like that channel would be a little dirtier.
Which would mean both of my Vox choices are
EF86.
Oh,
right.
Turns out.
That's what I'm getting at. You like that sound. All right. Clean Fender. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is from the second pack ever.
Yeah.
This is the Bend Sun Butterfly US3.
It's
I mean,
so
that's
good. There's just a bigness to that,
Yeah.
like the low end, the high end. It's just kind of, I don't know, very bold sounding, not, small in any way. I love it.
I like that too. That's from the Bend Sun pack, and that's that's probably the one that has survived the test of time the most. That people still love those, and those are great amps. Those are great amps.
We use Kempers as backline at church. So every one of our players plays these, and if they're like, I don't know, just give me something clean, I'll always give them that. The US3 Butterfly. Yeah, love it.
I love that. That sounds great. There's some effects on here. Obviously, that was a chorus that we just put on. Here's one that I was surprised you put in here.
Yeah.
It's the 63 Tremolux B4. So not a very old pack. We just did this one maybe 2 months ago. And I didn't even know you liked this pack, to be honest. Yeah,
it's like when I was going through looking for stuff, I wanted to round out, like you were saying, like it may not be my favorite pack style of all time, like the, is it Brownface?
Yeah, it's a Brownface Fender, yeah.
But when I was looking for like a dirtier Fender, I like these brown faces like turned up, and it's kind of a different. If you look at the three gainy ones, the Marshall, the Dirty Vox, and the Dirty Fender, those three kind of give me the three sounds in my head. So this is one that rounds it out. But yeah,
right. Well, let's hear it.
Want to hear it?
Let's hear it.
Let's do it.
That sounds great. To me, this falls under the not what I want to use all the time either, but they're a classic sound of like rock and roll. They're full. They sound. I mean, like you're saying, it's that Brownface sound. It's like old school rock.
Yeah, we went through that phase where we did a lot of the. What was that, like 60, the beat up one that we did that was like all the rage when we profiled it. I guess maybe Kevin, his amp, the Brownface one. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, all those like little combos that we did. We did a bunch of them.
Like the tweed ones.
Yeah, the tweed.
Yeah.
And we did that video with 5 tweed profiles across.
Yes.
That's when my brain started really getting into that sound. Because growing up and playing amps, I just never owned a Brownface. Never.
Yeah.
If you asked me what they sounded like, I have no idea.
Right. Yeah.
So that era of Tone Junkie was interesting for me because it was like. I got into more of that rootsy kind of low rock stuff, like thick sludgy Fender, which I always think of clean Blackface Fender.
Most people think Fender sound, Blackface just sounds like a Fender. But yeah, they made all the tweed amps. The Brownface amps are sort of like them trying to make the tweeds better, but they aren't quite there yet. You can hear them trying to make the cleans better.
Yeah.
They're changing the voice of the amp, but they still have like a very raucous sound. At times, I think the Brownface stuff has almost the most lo-fi sound, almost kind of a similar characteristic that you find in Supros or Valco amps.
Yeah.
You get like a very broken-y kind of sounding amp, especially because of the speakers they were using. Still, they were using older like Alnico stuff. And then it seems like with the Blackface, they get into the thinking of, let's just go high headroom. Let's make speakers with higher wattage and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, these sound great. You can get these. They're free. Sooze, let's play through all of them so that they can hear them back to back. And I'm just going to bring you through here. And wait, but you had a trem on here that I heard earlier. Where is that? Is it just always on slot B?
Yeah, it's on B.
There's a trem and everything on slot B. Here, just play this trem for a minute. Well, no. Let's go through them all.
Okay.
And I might just turn on some effects. And you just let's just play. Here is, we'll put them on the screen. Here is here's number 1. Here is the Stooges Arshel 1.4.
Done.
That just sounds. They really sound heavenly.
Right.
This is some great. We're not even going to get into this, but you've got some great verbs and delays on here. I think legacy verb. Interesting. Maybe we'll get into that on another video. My name has been HW.
I've been the Sooze.
And shameless plug. You can get these all at the Tone Junkie store. Like, subscribe. This is a free download on the tips and tricks page. HW and the Sooze. Out.